How you doing, and welcome to Neither Real Music. I'm Ed, and this is Just Play It, my song series dedicated to songs that I am learning and making arrangements for, and so that you could try to play along with and learn. If you've been following along, we have been working on My Way, made famous by Frank Sinatra. In this video, we're going to be looking at measures 9 through 16, technically the very last note of the measure 8, and going through to measure 16, which will bring us through the first ending of the song. If you are just joining us and you don't know any of the stuff that we're already working on, then please go back to the beginning of the series and check this out so that you can understand what's happening. Please remember to subscribe and ring the bell so that you know when your next lesson is coming. Let's get started checking out measures 9 through 16. So starting on the end of measure 8, we're going to be using a C sharp note on my 2nd fret of my 2nd string. Now, I prefer doing this as a bar. You don't have to. But we're going to play C sharp, and then we're going to slide forward to our 3rd fret and build what looks like a G chord. Okay? So from here, we're going to do a little 8th note pattern, but we're going to switch to a G minor chord. So there's a change in tonality there. So G major, G minor. I'm leaving this finger out to make it G minor and barring this across the 3 frets. Now from here, you're going to use your pinky on the note E. It's right underneath the note G with your 3rd finger. And you play that while the other stuff is ringing. So that'll sound like this. If it doesn't ring, don't let that be the reason you stop. Keep moving forward, but your goal should be to try to hear these 2 other notes together. You put them together, those 3 notes together. We have, you hear how they stay ringing. Now from here, we're going to drop back and build what looks like a D7 chord. It's the notes D, A, and C. When we put that together, it sounds like this. Now that is going to take us right to the beginning of measure 10. And from here, we have just a little individual note pattern. And that's the notes E, B, and regular D. So let's put together measures 9 and 10. 2, 3. If you keep this bar, it should be easy to slide it back and forth. One more time. Okay? So from here, I actually connect this to the next chord, which is a C major chord in 5th position. The notes E, G, and C. Okay? So it sounds like this. Now notice I'm not worried about if I lose the note and it kind of stops playing. You can play this in other spots in the guitar, and it might work a little bit better for you. But I've found it to work best for me in this general area. So you can find the E here on your 9th fret and the B above it. And that might make it a little more convenient for you to slide to here. But it's six to one, half a dozen to the other. So I'm going to stick with the one that I like and go from there. So from the C major chord, you're going to play the note C by itself and then pluck the chord again. And then slide back and play the note B. So if we put measures 10 and 11 together, it starts to sound like this. So 9, 10, and 11. So now from this note, we're going to slide back forward and build an E flat major 7 shell chord. So we're going to use the notes E flat, G, and D. And then lift our D note to get to C. Basically making a C minor chord. E flat, G, and C. So as we put this all together, measures 9, 10, 11, and 12, we have our third phrase for the song. So now what we're going to do is start adding some time to this. Just like I said in the first video, when you first start learning it, just get the notes down, get the movements down, and don't worry too much about time. Frank Sinatra didn't really worry too much about time, and he made the song sound way more interesting by just kind of letting it flow. You could do that on the guitar. Free time is a very common thing. But what we're going to do now is add some time and a tab so that you could learn to play this the right way, and that will eventually give you more options to change this up to make it more unique sounding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try that with some tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful of the pickup. You can put it on beat 4 and make it a little bit less syncopated, but it arrives on the and of 4. The only time I'll ever really fudge this is usually at the beginning of a song to make a little bit more of a dramatic entrance, but it's up to you. You want to come in on the and of 4 as written in the music. So now we're going to come to our fourth phrase, which will include our first ending for the song My Way. So we're going to be starting with the note C on our 5th fret of our 3rd string. So we're going to pluck C, and we're going to slide backwards to what is that second half of the G string, G chord, and play the notes D, G, and B together. So. Now this part is just like the beginning of the song. But instead of reaching for this A here, we're going to slide back and get this A here at our 2nd fret of our 3rd string because we're going to be building a C6 chord. So. To play this A all by itself. Then we're going to play the C6 chord, which is the notes C, E, and A. It's an A minor chord with C as the lowest note. So. Now notice I try to keep the bar on those two strings. This way, there's a lot less confusion from when you're moving. You're not trying to move your fingers around to each individual string. You're just trying to make this as smooth and as simple as possible. So. So from our C6, we're going to slide forward to a double stop of D and F sharp. Then you're going to hinge bar to the note G. And then you're going to reach with your pinky for A. So it sounds like this. The hinge bar is super, super important so that you don't lose the note D from ringing, because that creates the harmony. Okay? D and F sharp, D, A, all while letting the D stay ringing. So if we connect measures 12, 13, and 14 together, we have this idea. This is a triplet, so watch the timing. From here, we're going to drop right back to our C6 chord. And we're going to do a triple stop of G, B, and G for our chord. Now, technically, that's our resolution chord. In the arrangement that I've created, because this is our first ending, I want something that helps us connect back to the beginning of the song, so when we do our repeat, it sounds more interesting. So what I decided to do is this. As beats 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this will bring us right to the beginning of our song again. The measures 13, 14, 15, and 16 are if you play this right, there's really not a lot of change in the shape of your hand. It's more to do with the positioning of your guitar, you know, as to whether or not you're going to get everything. Now, from here, let's try it with a little time and a tab again. So this way you can start hearing what everything sounds like working together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check that out with a little bit of tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you use regular guitar strings, you might hear that little screech that goes back and forth from sliding your fingers up and down. You'll notice that my guitar doesn't do that, and that's because I use flat wound strings on this particular guitar. That screech that you would get on like an acoustic guitar or something like that, is perfectly normal. Just accept it. It's there. Have fun with it. Make it part of your vernacular for playing. And don't let it be something that bothers you. First, we're going to try it without any time. Then we'll do it with a little bit of time and a tab. So it should sound like this. So now let's try that with a little bit of time and a tablature. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time and with the tabs so you can follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you go through this song, please take your time. Make sure that it sounds like a vocal song. Make sure it sounds like something you want to sing along with. Don't worry so much about getting everything so incredibly perfect that you forget to make it sound musical. I hope that songs like this are helping you become a better player. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Compliments are nice, but questions let me know that you're working on these things. If you can, please visit my Patreon page, and if you could donate $1, it'll help me create more content for you guys and free up more time and hopefully make more private content for the people that would like to subscribe to Patreon. Please remember to subscribe, ring the bell so you know when your next lesson is coming. Good luck and good practice.